Alright everyone, let's take a few minutes to talk about what is going to be coming up next for Raid Shadow Legends. Now I ended up doing one of these videos a couple of months ago, but things were a bit of a different story back then. This was very shortly after Plarium actually released the roadmap for Raid Shadow Legends. Just a little bit of a refresher for those of you guys who haven't seen it in a while. This is the current planned out roadmap for content releases with Raid Shadow Legends. As of right now, we are sitting right at the green section. Glyphs are the most recent thing introduced on the roadmap. The next thing on the list is Platinum Tier Arena, which we do not have right now. Battle Pass, Void Tower, and all that stuff still has not yet been released. So Plarium did end up saying that this was the planned content releases for 2019, but of course this roadmap was released in August. We are now about 6 weeks, even less than that now, from the end of 2019, not quite halfway through the roadmap, so it's pretty safe to say that we are not going to be getting all of this stuff before the end of the year. But Plarium has been releasing a lot of updates and communicating that Update 1.12 is going to be coming up very, very soon. A lot sooner than we expected to. Now, I'm not really too sure exactly what Plarium means by the word soon anymore. It's really tough to say. Obviously, take everything with a grain of salt, no pun intended. But let's just take a look at what we have going on right now, as well as some of the things that Plarium has said, and some of the features that are going to be coming out with 1.12 whenever it does come out. So right now, we are at the pinnacle of the Challenge Fusion events. For those of you guys who are participating in it, this is kind of when most of the events are really going on right now. I'll just show you guys a quick overview, of course. I already talked about this fusion quite a bit in some other videos, so I'm not really going to get too much into detail on this, but if you go to the events window, you'll see that there are a lot of events going on right now. We have the Arena Assault event, which still has almost 5 days left. The Champion Training event, which was the really long one. I have a lot of work left still to do on this, only at 9,800 points with under 4 days to go. I'm definitely going to need to catch up on that. And we also have the Summon Rush, which is, I think it just started actually. And then the Dungeon Divers event starts tonight. So the good news about this is if you guys end up waiting for the Dungeon Divers event, you can double dip and get credit for the Champion Training and the Dungeon Divers event at the same time, while also still being able to work on the Arena Assault with your Arena tokens. When it comes to the tournaments, we've got some other stuff going on as well. The Spider Tournament ends in 1 day, and the Fire Knight Tournament starts in 14 hours as well. So there's a lot of efficiency that you can end up having with all of these events. Obviously, if you're trying to go for the Brakus Fusion, there is a lot of stuff that you need to end up doing. A lot of these tournaments are going to be quite a bit of a grind, take a lot of energy. There's a lot of rares that you're going to need to get, but even if you guys are not going to participate in the Brakus Fusion, there's actually some pretty decent rewards in these events nonetheless. Like this Champion Training event, you can see we get a Void Shard. Umbral Enchantress is actually not too bad as a champion by itself, even if you decide not to end up fusing her, so might even be worth going for the points just for her. We've got 4 Ancient Shards and a Legendary Skill Tome as well, so if you're going to be training up your champions anyway, might as well get some of these rewards, even if you're not going to fuse for Brakus, especially considering you can double dip, get credit for the Dungeon Divers event as well, and you guys know it, it's the name of the game when it comes to Raid Shadow Legends. Efficiency is key. But now that we are at the pinnacle of these events, in about 5 days or so, that's when pretty much everything is going to be over. We are not going to have any of these events going on. It's going to be the wrap-up of all the tournaments that we have going on. And if you take a look at the news section, you'll see that pretty much all of the Brakus-related events are going to be ending about the same time that the Brakus Fusion ends, which is going to end up being Sunday, November 24th. Now, I know for those of you guys who live in the United States, we have some holidays coming up. We have Thanksgiving, and Plarium has actually hinted at a lot of stuff coming up really soon. I wanted to show you guys some screenshots of things that community manager Cirilla and different information that was shared with the community about what might be coming up sometime soon after the Brakus Fusion. So this was posted the other day. You know, it's not really going to get too much into specifics. Plarium does like to use the word soon a lot, and it's really hard to know exactly what soon really means. But the update is coming soon, and the big update that everybody is talking about is patch or update 1.12, which has a lot of stuff. Pretty much everything that everyone is asking for is supposedly going to end up being in this update 1.12. But the problem is we just don't know exactly when it's going to be. It's been a long time now since the last update that we had, which was update 1.11. But I do remember that we had the exact same problems with update 1.11 as we are having right now with update 1.12. So it's not like this is new. It's not like this is a surprise delay. And I know I want to err on the side of leniency a little bit. I know that's tough. I know a lot of people are kind of upset right now with Plarium and a lot of the ways that they've been handling things, but I also do know that there are a lot of things that have to go through the different app stores. There's a lot of different procedures that need to be done. Things need to be reviewed. Things need to be approved. So pushing out a large content update, it's not as easy as people might think it is, and I know that there are a lot of things that actually are out of Plarium's control. So I'll give them a little bit of credit when it comes to that, but in regards to update 1.12, this was posted by Cirilla. This was actually yesterday, I believe. It's definitely going to be this year, a lot sooner than you think, guys. And I do really wish I could give you more details, but since there are a lot of factors that we have no influence over, we cannot provide any specifics for now. And again, the factors out of their control are going to be things like App Store reviews. And it is a big update. Pretty much everything that people are asking for in terms of content and also quality of life features are supposedly rumored to be in this really big 1.12 update. It's just using this word soon, really tough, especially considering the way things have been going. The overall distrust with Plarium and the way that they've been handling things soon is definitely not a word that people really like to hear too much, including myself. Now, there was another post that was actually made by Cirilla earlier today. This is actually very recent, just a couple hours before actually making this video, and this also has some more details about 1.12 as well as some reworks for counterattack, which is something that I actually talked about quite a bit in the video yesterday. Definitely one of the most powerful aspects of the game when it comes to utility and buffs is going to be a wide area team counterattack. It's a game changer, especially once you get to the mid and the late game, and apparently there are going to be some changes coming to counterattack with this 1.12 update. And also this post kind of just went over a glance of a little bit more of what patch 1.12 is going to have in it as well. So if we take a look at this, let's just go through it really quickly. Hello, thank you guys for sharing your thoughts with us. I won't say that your comments do not sting, but at the same time, we do realize that you provide us with constructive criticism, and reacting properly to things like this is the way to success. I will also say a lot of people don't understand that the community managers, it's not like they own the game. It's not like they get to make all the decisions. They are just the communicators. They say what Plarium tells them to say, and they cannot say what Plarium tells them that they are not allowed to say. So that's their job to do, is to communicate with the community, and it can be very difficult, especially when Plarium does not allow them to give information on a lot of stuff, because they are also the face of the game. So whenever anybody has problems, they always tend to jump at being angry towards the community managers, which is obviously not the right way to kind of go about it. It's like being angry at a food server when you don't like your food. It's not their fault. It's probably something else going on, maybe in the kitchen or the manager, but people tend to just associate their anger with whoever they can associate with the problem, and typically that's going to be the community managers for a game. So go easy on Cirilla, guys. Go easy on the community managers. There's a lot of problems with the game, of course, but Plarium is a very big company. There's a lot of people making decisions, and I can promise you that it's not the community managers who are responsible for the way that things are going right now. So first of all, I would like to say that most of the things that you have mentioned in this thread as something you would like to see implemented in the game: vault and artifact storage improvements, champion rebalance, faction wars rework, new events and tournaments, and many others are going to appear in the game with the 1.12 release. So that is really good news. You know, we've heard of rumors before, but I think this is the first time that we've really had some sort of concrete proof of what is going to be included in 1.12. Now, I am a little bit scared, especially with the roadmap and all the stuff that Plarium has said that they are going to do and then have come up short on. I'm really hoping that it's not going to be the same way with 1.12, but as of right now, it's looking like it's going to be a major game-changing update for the game, not only in terms of content, but also in terms of all that quality of life stuff that people have been asking for. Let's see, which is very close, and we keep fingers crossed that everything goes as planned and we get it out very, very soon. We are also working actively on the future releases. The roadmap is still on, of course. Obviously, the roadmap is still on. It's just been delayed a little bit. And now we get into some of the info about Counterattack. Oh, first of all, Fusion. Secondly, the current Fusion is intended to be very hardcore. We thought we would give you a real challenge to avid champion collectors. That's why we recommended assessing your resources and the time that you can spend on the game before deciding whether or not you want to go for the ultimate reward. There will be more fusions, of course, with various kinds of accompanying in-game events. Plarium, I really hope that we have something else happen before another fusion. We've had these back-to-back fusions, both with Halloween-related champions. We had the Harvest Jack fusion, and then right afterwards now we have this Challenge Brakus fusion. Please, after this fusion, in 5 days or so, when all of these events end up coming to an end, we are getting bombarded right now with all of these pinnacle, peak fusion events, the champion training, dungeon divers, summon rush, arena assault, all the tournaments. This is it. This is like the grand finale of the event right now. After this is over, we really need something else. I would hope that it's the content update. I would hope it's patch 1.12, but it would be a major mistake for them to just bombard us with another fusion right afterwards. I know it's the holiday season, especially those of you guys in the United States. Thanksgiving, Christmas is coming up, lots of holiday stuff, but I really do think another fusion, 3 of them back to back to back, would be a bad idea at this point in the game. I would also like to assure you that the existing counterattack meta in the game is going to be balanced with new mechanics, skills bonuses, so not having a counterattack champion on your team will not hurt that much anymore. I'm really interested to know more about this. Obviously, counterattack is huge. It's definitely a game changer in the end game, so knowing that this is going to be on the list of things that's going to be coming up is also very interesting news. We'll keep buffing the champions that have been underperforming and adjusting the champs that break the intended game balance in one or several areas in the game. But last but not least, guys, we do absolutely read all of your comments, and we are trying hard to make you happy with our game. We will keep working on improvements in all areas, and we do hope that you're able to see them live in the game in the nearest future. So this was definitely one of the biggest posts of just lots of concrete info of what's going to be coming up soon in Raid Shadow Legends. The problem is, once again, when will soon be? They even said very, very soon, I think, in this post right here at the top. Very, very soon. I'm really hoping that it's going to be sometime before another fusion event, because I think it's pretty clear that the community, it's pretty clear what the community wants. That includes myself, that includes all of you guys, and it is looking like patch 1.12 is really, really good, and it has all the stuff that we are looking for, or at least most of it anyway. The problem is, Plarium, please try to implement this stuff in a way that is going to make people happy, because another fusion or crazy summon related, buying packs related type events coming up after this Brakus fusion would be a major, major mistake. So wanted to talk about just more info about what we have coming up in the game before 2019 ends, and I'm hoping that you guys were able to learn a little bit from this and kind of have a little bit of a better understanding of what to expect now with me. So with that being said, I'm going to leave it here for the video. Thank you guys, everyone, for watching. Really hope that you enjoyed this type of update, news-related announcement video. And if you are interested in more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing to the channel. Really do appreciate all the support, everyone. Thank you once again for almost 21,000 subscribers now. If you want to help support, tossing a quick like only takes about 1/4 of a second. It means more than you can imagine, so thank you to all of you guys who do that. And if you're interested in more Raid Shadow Legends videos, guides, tutorials, and fun stuff like this, those videos should be popping up on the channel right about now, so feel free to check them out. But if not, until next time, have a great day, everyone. And this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.